One second. Okay, here we go. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Lauren Gabuzzi. I am the programming coordinator in the Office of Global Learning. I use she, her pronouns, and I am one of your Prepare staff members. And we also have Margaret. Would you like to
Oh,
introduce yourself? Sorry.
hi, everybody. I'm Margaret Gallo, and I'm an office administrator here, and I'm working with Lauren on Prepare 2024. I'm excited to see you all, and I can't believe it. It's just a couple weeks. Have safe travels here, everybody.
And we are joined by the International Students Union, who is now going to lead us on a fabulous presentation. They will have time for questions at the end. So if you have any questions about their presentation, just hold on to those, throw them in the chat, and we'll get to that right after. So DOA and ISU, go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you, Lauren. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. All right, so we're here. I'm the president of our International Student Union, and I'm with Valeria and Elizabeth. They're the vice presidents of advocacy team. And we will give you like a little small introduction of what to know before coming to Cornell and United States. Um, so first of all, who are we? 10% of Cornell students are identified as international students, and International Students Union is the only student-run organization that represents the undergraduate students, but is also open to graduate students. We promote cross-cultural understanding between domestic and international students through events such as International Gala, which we organize in the spring. It's a very big gala. I encourage everyone to attend. We do fall fundraisers, we do letters to home, and we do sponsor to the cultural clubs for their events and fund them. So if you want to join the family, or if you want to like keep in touch and of like what's happening, you can follow us out in Instagram. We're mostly active there. We post recruitment reminders. We post event announcements. You can get your tickets through the links. We will have a Linktree project next year. You can follow that. We do post the funding processes if you're interested for your cultural club, for example. I don't know. I'm a Turkish student, so Turkish Student Association does get the funding from ISU, and we do the like processes to get the funding through what we post. And then ISUcornell.com is our website. You can find resources there like survival guide, Mint mentorship program, which Valeria will talk a little bit more in the following slides. You can find the application links there. We do recruit in the beginning of the fall semester and then in the spring sometimes. So if you're interested in joining the family, you can, of course, go to the isucornell.com and apply. And if you still have more needs, more help, more information, you can go to the isu@cornell.edu and just like email us. If we don't have the necessary resources, we will always guide you to the places. And yeah, just keep in contact with our family. Um, all right, I'm
Hi,
passing to Valeria.
thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Valeria. As Doa said, I'm a rising junior in engineering. So very nice to meet you all. So can we go to the previous slide?
Yes.
Thank you. So in terms of packing and what you should bring to Cornell, something that is very, very important that you should have with you every time you enter the US is your I-20. You will be asked for it. I believe you guys are given one automatically before coming here by the Office of Global Learning, but we recommend you guys renew it every time you want to enter the US and sign it because you will be asked for it in immigration. In your checked luggage, some of the things you guys can bring are a temporary set of sheets for your bed, which you will need, some clothing for the first fall semester, some towels and slippers for showers, as you might have to share a shower with multiple people, and adapters to charge your devices. Something that I like doing because I tend to overpack sometimes is packing my clothes in vacuum sealed bags. It comes in handy, especially when it comes to puffy jackets. This way you can pack everything in your suitcase and don't have any trouble with it later on. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these items once you get into Cornell, you guys will be taken, I believe, to the dump and run, where you can shop for all of these at a discounted price. Next slide, please. So how to get to campus? There are multiple ways to do this. As we said, you should always keep your I-20 with you when you do it. So one way to do it is from New York City to Ithaca. You could land at any of the airports that you see on the screen, like JFK, Newark, or LaGuardia, and then use one of the several bus services that many of us Cornell students use, even during breaks when we want to travel nationally, like Megabus, Our Bus, or Cornell's own service from campus to campus. They usually have very good discounts during the break periods. If you're going from Syracuse to Ithaca, many of us do it to avoid the New York City traffic. So we land at Syracuse Airport and then use any of the bus services that I just mentioned to get to campus. They take you right to campus. It can be either North Campus, West Campus, or South Campus. There are many options. Or if you're flying directly into Tompkins Airport in Ithaca, you can take an Uber or the TCAT bus service, which I believe is free for first-year students. So you should definitely take advantage of that resource, especially with the Ithaca weather.
Is Elizabeth here right now?
Yeah.
I think we have one
Okay.
slide left.
We have
though.
one more slide though.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay, and finally, when it comes to phone plans, we do not recommend getting a local company phone plan. It's more convenient if you want to travel around the US to have a more mainstream service such as AT&T or Verizon or US Mobile or T-Mobile. I personally have AT&T and it's been good so far. Also, another tip that we have for you guys is if you want to keep both of your phone numbers, both your national phone number and the American number that you will get, we recommend getting an electronic SIM. I have that, and that way I can activate or deactivate one number or the other depending on where I am in the world, whether I'm studying in the US or I'm home.
Okay, so hello. My name is Elizabeth. I am a rising junior, biomedical engineering major. And like Doa said, I am one of the co-VPs for advocacy in ISU. I would say my main home countries are Thailand, Laos, Singapore, and Korea. So yeah, I'll just be going through the last few slides. So for banking suggestions, there really isn't one like right choice or anything like that. I would say just look out for banks that are a little bit more international student friendly, banks that you can use nationally and potentially even internationally if you really want to. That being said, some of the more popular choices include like the Chase Bank, Bank of America, since I think it's just a little bit easier, according to what we've heard, to get the debit cards or potentially even credit cards. Even as an international student, I know for debit card, for those two banks at least, you don't need an SSN or anything like that. I personally use Chase, and I think within the first week of getting to America, we were able to get in there, get the cards, get everything set up. They even have like a college student discount thing. And it was fairly easy, even as an international. Yeah. Next slide, please. Thank you. And then we also have a mentorship for international students program, otherwise known as MINT. And this is open to all international students on campus, whether you are a undergraduate, transfer student, exchange student, or even a graduate student. And we basically pair any one of these mentees with a upperclassman student mentor. And this is all run through ISU. And We basically are just giving incoming students an opportunity to have some sort of extra guidance from a peer to talk about anything personal going on, any academics, if you want to figure out what classes you want to take. We normally try to pair people up with similar majors or similar home countries, or even, again, similar professional interests. It's all just super holistic. And there's an extra comment section in the form that helps you figure out who you want to be paired with. So yeah, if you're interested in that, there is a QR code right there if you want to sign up. And finally, some resources that we as ISU made, in addition to obviously reaching out to Office of Global Learning, is the ISU Survival Guide and Packing List, which is, I think it's close to like 60 pages, but it has a whole bunch of information in there about everything that we talked about today and even more. If you want to go in there, read it a little bit more extensively. And yeah.
All right. We're gonna open the board to the questions if anybody has.
People can type those into chat. If you have questions, you must have some for these experienced young people here.
I have a question, but it's a bit specific. It's I'm arriving late. I'd be arriving on the 17th, like morning. How would I schedule my move-in date and all that?
Yeah.
I think the questions with the prepare are gonna be like after the breakup session.
Oh,
Yes.
gotcha.
So
Sorry.
Enrique, questions like that, we're gonna take after the breakout sessions. Because we know we'll have a lot of individual ones, but there will be a way to check you in for sure. No worries.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I wanted to mention something. You all mentioned bringing sheets and towels. We did this year offer a bedding package, sheets and a comforter and a pillow and a towel for $50. So we will have those for the 50 or so people who did order them on the registration. But I think that Doha and Valeria and Elizabeth have a really good point. There won't be anything on your bed. And so we will be taking you the next morning, Saturday morning, to Target. And also we'll stop by the dump and run. But I do think you want to bring at least some sheets and a towel.
Yeah, I think we also forgot to mention that I think Prepare is gonna have free eSIMs, if I'm not mistaken, in the check-in.
Say that
So-
again, Doha?
Free eSIMs for like AT&T prepaid.
Yeah,
cards.
I can address that. So the question was, any suggestions for mobile plans for wanting to stay connected with parents back home while traveling to Cornell? So, Prepare is working with two companies this year. So, those are both listed in the Canvas course. I'll show you that in a little bit, but one of the organizations is called Student Sims, and that runs on the AT&T network, and they have an eSIM, which it's free to get, but you will have to pay. You will have to buy a phone plan with it. And yeah, so you can even activate that right now if you wanted to in your whatever country you're in. Otherwise, there are also physical sims that we will have at Prepare Check-in for Mint Mobile, not to be confused with ISU's Mint Mentorship Program. Mint Mobile runs on T-Mobile's network, and that's also free to get. They give you like a free month, I think it is, and then you pay from there. I also just want to be clear that that you should do your research and whatever phone plan you want to do. These were sent to us, and so we're passing them along to you. but we're not endorsing any one particular plan.
Yeah, also about the Mint Mobile, I had a bad experience. So if you do not pay for 3 months, they do close your phone number. So do be aware of that. But except that, it works perfectly. It was the best I have ever used.
Okay.
So I think someone has questions. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be me. Hi. I have a bit more of a like personal specific question relating to the mentorship. So since it's more personal, should I like wait until after the breakout session or should I just ask that now?
If you could hold on for that, I know there's been some confusion with the group assignments being assigned to multiple groups, so I will address that in just a bit. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I was talking about the like Mint
Oh, the Mint
mentorship.
one. No, please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
No, I was just wondering, so I'm in a bit of a weird situation where I am technically a US citizen. It's just that I have not lived there since I was like 9 months old or something, and my family is not from there anywhere either. So I'm like functionally international. So can I still sign up with the Mint mentorship program, or would that not be available to me as a US citizen?
No, no, definitely you should go ahead and sign up. So yeah, ISU, we are the International Student Union, but we do, I think, still have some people who hold a US passport, but were basically brought up international. And there's
Yeah.
the same struggles, same homesickness and everything. So definitely, yeah, sign up.
All right. Thank you so much.
So it looks like there are questions here. Lauren, do you want to take a look at the chat? I think these are more general ones about a dorm bundle and AC. Oh, I can ask our three experienced folks here from ISU. What about if they don't have AC in their dorm? Do you think they should buy a fan? What was your experience?
Yes, they should buy a fan. And if they don't have a health condition like asthma, you can actually request to switch your room. So if you think that's going to be a serious problem for you, I do encourage them to apply for room switch. Not guaranteed, but yeah, do buy a fan.
And you can do that Saturday morning when we go out to the mall.
I also suggest a heating fan for some people. So it's like a dual function. Sometimes it's cold. It can also act as a heater. I get cold really easily. So like half of the fan was really good when it was the summer months. But then in the winter months, it can also get over cold in the dorm sometimes if, for example, someone else might be controlling the thermostat and you could just be freezing, and then having a heater is also really useful. So save your money and just buy 2-in-1. It's also at Target, so you can get it on Saturday.
Here's a question for you all. How cold does it get in the winters inside the dorms? Doha?
I
Good.
lived in Pushi and Toni Morrison, which were both AC, but they were very cold because of the like a thermostat. It's only controlled by one person in the suite. So if it's not suiting for your like how you're used to it, it gets very cold. But honestly, you can survive.
How about in
It's
the
not-
winter time in the dorms?
I feel like it was
Anybody?
colder in Morrison in summer because of the AC.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
opened
it
it so
depends on the dorm and who's controlling the thermostat. Yeah, sometimes it's just in one room, so then you kind of just have to talk it out, but everyone has different preferences. Some people like to sleep cold and hot. It's not like unbearable where you're like shivering, but in the mornings it is kind of nice to have like a heater that you could optionally like turn on in your own room. I don't know about temperature wise, but yeah.
Oh, I think somebody asked if there's a family member stay in our room is okay. And I think that's okay because nobody's
Absolutely.
but like don't say it.
Yeah, Doha, actually, we don't, but housing has a very strict policy that family members may not stay in the res
Oh,
halls during prepare, unfortunately. there's
Oh, doing okay.
liability, there's all kinds of things. So unfortunately, if a family member comes, they'll need to get a room in a hotel or an Airbnb, lots of Airbnbs in Ithaca.
Mm.
And the question about if you need a humidifier or if it gets really dry, I would definitely get one. I love the one I had. I think I got it on the Saturday trip to Target. But if not, if they're sold out or something, you can always get it from Amazon. With the heaters, it does get really dry, and since it's the first semester, normally for most of you, probably would get sick at some point because all this new freshman, stuff. And if you do get sick and then it's very dry, it's impossible to get over. I think I was coughing for like 2 months straight until I got the humidifier. So yeah.
There's a question here, Lauren, maybe you want to answer. Are we allowed to stay at a hotel with family instead of staying at the dorms?
Yeah, I just answered it in the chat. You are. However, we'd recommend that you stay on campus because our programming will run pretty late in the evening and then start early. And it'll also be a great way. One of the biggest benefits of Prepare is connecting with other new students before the semester starts, and it would just give you an opportunity to meet other folks in your building or on your campus. So we'd recommend that.
Someone's asking about bugs. We've heard that there are bugs in the low-rise buildings. Elizabeth,
Oh,
anybody want to answer that?
I
Um,
never been there.
yeah, just letting y'all know, I lived in low rise 9 for freshman year, and I agree, actually.
Okay, so if that is the case, that's something you need to report immediately to the RHD, the resident hall director. I'm going to just say again, I'll reinforce what Lauren has said. Prepare is a time for you to bond with each other and the mentors, and we really are not including family members for that reason. Okay, so you should be prepared when you come to say goodbye to your parents, at least during, throughout Prepare. Having them come to events or out to the mall or those kinds of things are not something that we've made accommodations for. Someone's asking if they should go straight to the student center. Lauren, do you want to talk
Yeah,
about that?
you should go straight to the student center. Yes. We're going to get into the housing move-in documents in just a little bit, but that's where you're going to check in to Prepare on the 16th between 1 and 5 p.m. That's where you will get your ID card and your dorm key. And it's also just a great spot there's restrooms, water, Wi-Fi you can get connected to. It's air conditioned. Um, there's a little restaurant slash mini supermarket in there. So yeah, great place to get settled when you arrive.
ISU, they're asking about pollen in Ithaca. What did you find or what have you found allergy wise?
I kind of struggled with it, and I know a couple other people struggled with it. Since there was so much nature. But I think we just had to take whatever medication we wanted to, or I just suffered through it. I got yeah, an air purifier helps a lot in your room. That's about it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the health center is someone you want to consult. It's not something that we could advise you on.
Cornell Health is a great resource. It's right on campus, great doctors, therapists, dietitians, everything you could need. So, yeah, definitely recommend reaching out to them when you get on campus. There's a question about if the early move-in fee in the dorm will be added to the Bursar account. So the early move-in fee will be added to your Bursar account automatically. If you are receiving financial aid, then that will be added to your financial aid package. So it should cover that. Yeah. Okay, are there any other?
Well, something, Lauren, here about Dormco. So you have experience with Dormco. They want to know if it's more expensive to order from Dormco. It's actually one of the reasons we started offering a package, even if it's a temporary, somewhat temporary package for $50. Dormco, I think, Lauren, is 125.
I think it's 125 or 150 for their most basic bundle, so it is a bit expensive. Um, and also I think the biggest issue that we've had in the past, they guarantee that the items will be in your dorm by the start of prepare. However, in the last 2 years, that hasn't been the case. So folks have paid this extra money for that service and then they haven't gotten their package until after prepare. So there's no way to know if that would be the case this year, but it's a possibility. Similarly, with shipping things to campus, the service centers where the packages are received on campus get extremely busy during move-in. So it's difficult to know if it will be if it will be there in the early days of prepare. So just keep that in mind. If there are things that you need right away, definitely medications, any other things like that, keep it with you on your person. Um, yeah.
Really
Uh,
appreciate Tuni is answering some of these questions for us, which is great because there are a lot of questions coming in. Lauren, how are we doing for timing?
yeah.
And we want to make sure people understand that after the breakouts, they can come back on here. We're expecting people
Yeah.
to answer more questions, right?
Right. Yeah, I think we're ready to move on to the next section. So Doa, Elizabeth, and Valeria, thank you so much for joining us and for presenting. We really appreciate it.
If you have
Thank
any
you so
burning questions, and we don't match you with your mentor before you want those questions answered, feel free to reach out to ISU or any one of the three of us who just presented, and you can DM us on like Instagram and we will respond. Thank you.
Do you want to put
much.
before you all head out, do you want to put your emails in the chat or whatever email they should reach out to?
Yes. This
Great.
is the email. Also follow us on Instagram for sure.
Okay,
Because we post everything there. You would be in touch.
great.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much for hosting
folks.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
All right, everyone. Now we are going to talk about the prepare schedule. So here we go. Okay. Okay, so you will receive a printout of this at Prepare. This is also in the Canvas course, so I'll show that to you in just a little bit. But for right now, we will just run through this. So we have our emergency contacts here at the top, Cornell University Police or 911. You can call either. Margaret Gallo, that is Margaret here on this call, and Adriana, she will be joining as well in person. So these are those numbers. You might want to save them in your phone now. Just have that ready to go. Daily schedule. So the 16th, that is our start. We have our check-in 1 to 5 p.m. on North Campus. RPCC is the Robert Purcell Community Center and we'll be on the second floor there. So you'll come to us. We will get you checked in to prepare. We will get you your prepared name tag, and then we will send you to get your ID and key card. Sorry, one second. Okay, and then we will move on. We'll have our activities there. They'll be with your mentor group. Great way to get to know everyone. And then next day we will have breakfast, that big mall trip. So here at the bottom we have our breakdown of times that we'll be going to the mall, leaving from North Campus, going to the shops at Ithaca Mall and returning. All the meals will be in mentor groups, and for the most part, we'll be at the Morrison Dining Hall. We'll be at couple different dining halls, so that'll be a great way for you to get to know campus that way. And then we'll have some presentations from different resources on campus, and these presentations are really going to be geared specifically for you as international students. So that'll be a great way to get that tailored information before the semester begins. We'll have a fabulous game night with casino games. We like to say no real money, but very real prizes, and karaoke and other board games as well. That'll be a ton of fun. And then our final day, we will have a nice brunch, campus scavenger hunt, great way to get to know campus, scope out where your classes are going to be. And then we'll have our closing celebration. So all of the mentor groups will have performances in the closing celebration. It'll be a great way to come together and celebrate our time as Prepare. So that is the schedule. Any questions on logistics of the schedule?
Lauren, I just wanted to pop in and say,
Yeah.
if you can pull that schedule up again.
Mhm.
One of the things, we have a bus that will be doing runs, right? Rotating between North Campus and Target. It's only a 2-mile ride. It holds 55 people, the bus. And so we have split up the runs by groups. We'll take a look at those numbers and see what that means in reality, since people are still registering for Prepare. What I'm going to do though, on Friday, we're going to have a sign-up sheet so that you can indicate whether or not you're going to go to the mall. Last year we had, lots of people leaving at one time or not leaving when their group left, etc. So we need to get more of an accurate count so that you're not waiting around. We don't want that. So, and some people will be ready right at 9 o'clock, halfway through breakfast. Other people might not want to take off until 10:30 or so. So that's important. If you're going, think about that, whether or not you want to take a trip out to the mall.
Thanks, Margaret. All right, so we will hop into the we'll show you the Canvas course. So give me just a second.
While you're doing that, Lauren, I do want to mention too to everybody that, one of the great things about Prepare is that you are with a group of peers. You're learning about each other's, countries and culture and, what they're going to be studying. And it's a great way to just feel more comfortable, right? Coming to Ithaca on your own. And so one of the things that's really important is to attend everything, so that your mentor knows where you are, so that your newly found friends know where you are, and also just, because the group isn't the group unless everybody's there, pretty much. And so you should make plans to attend all of the events. We've tried to schedule it so you're not rushed, so that, like on Sunday morning, you can sleep in a little. The breakfasts have been moved to 8:30 rather than 8. There's plenty of time after Prepare to also spend time with other people that are here for sure. But the mentor groups are really important, and it's really important that you attend all the events. Thanks.
Thanks, Margaret. All right, so let us talk about Canvas. So you should have received an invitation yesterday, well, depending on time zones, but sometime yesterday with with the invitation to join this course. So this is roughly what it should look like for you. I'm in the student view now. This has just kind of like a summary of what we have in this course. We have modules you can look at, so you can expand them all and kind of click around to whatever suits your fancy. We talked a little bit about the phone plans, so I just want to show you what that looks like here. So getting connected, phone and Wi-Fi. This will also tell you how to use the Wi-Fi when you get to campus. So when you come in the Student Center, there's Wi-Fi there. The whole campus has Wi-Fi, so it will show you how to get connected. And then the different SIM card options that we'll have available at check-in. You can read more about them here. They have flyers that you can open up and read. So we recommend taking a look there. These are all the pages at a glance. So we have more suggestions on billing and banking, dorm furnishings, campus resources. I also want to show you this one. This is a very important page. We have a lot of resources specifically for you incoming international students. So particularly here with these presentations, these are presentations from Prepare in the past. So you can click on this and learn more about the different programs offered on campus. So there's you can kind of click ahead to Career Services, Mario Einaudi Center, lots of great resources there. And then, yeah, so let's talk about the housing. So if you go to Files on the side here, in Prepare Files, lots of great stuff here. So I'm just going to open up the North. So, okay, we have the Prepare schedule. So that's what I just showed you. So you can see that there, download it, save it on your phone. We have the different campus arrival information sheets. So North Campus, for instance, each one of these documents is going to tell you the move-in instructions and expectations. So where you will go. So here we have that 1 to 5 p.m., August 16th. What to do if you miss the prepare check-in. So basically, if you miss prepare check-in, you'll have to check in with a mentor or an organizer at the next meal or activity. This is really important so we know where you are. So please do that. And also, if you're arriving after the 16th, or if you're arriving after 7 p.m. when the student center will close, you'll still be, so say you're arriving at 2 a.m., your flight gets delayed, you arrive at 2 a.m., middle of the night on the 17th, you'll still be able to get in your dorm, so don't worry about that. There's just instruction here on how you will do that. So you'll either call your resident advisor, at the number is posted at the main entrance of your dorm. Or if you don't have a phone or your phone dies, these are blue light emergency phones. They're all over campus. Some of them look just like this, some of them look a little bit different, but same basic idea. There's a button here, so you'll just click that button. It'll connect you instantly with the Cornell University police officer. You'll just say, "Hello, I'm arriving for Prepare. My phone died. I'm trying to get in ABC dorm," and they will connect you with somebody to get you into your dorm. So it's a great resource. And then car information. So if you're renting a car, if you're driving, here are the instructions for each campus of how to work that with Move-In. It also has more information about your student ID. It has a little bit of packing tips, some prepare specific packing tips, more vehicle limitations, and then shipping. People were asking about shipping information. This is how you want to label your packages. It's very, very important that you follow this formula. and make sure you're looking at this document according to what campus you're on. So again, this is the North Campus document. There's also a South Campus, so College Town, and a West Campus. Mini fridge, micro fridge, information, a bunch of information in here. So really take your time looking at this document. I just wanted to see one more thing. Okay. Yeah, so this is what they're saying. Your packages must arrive by August 9th to have them waiting in your room by the 16th. That's counter, yeah. I would again just say it's hard to know if a package is going to be in your room when you arrive. Bring the things that you most need with you. Okay. So other than that, those are, I think, the main things that I wanted to show you in here. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, those are all the files. There is a chat and discussion feature in here too, so you can connect with there's a peer discussion question. You can connect with each other here. You can chat in here. There's chats as well, so feel free to do that. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. I see a few questions may have come in. Kevin, your hand is raised. What is up?
Hey Lauren.
Hey.
So one thing, so you mentioned about the service center being closed by 7 p.m. whenever they would arrive. So that's not necessarily true this summer. I'm working there over the summer and we're offering a 24-hour service through to August 19th. So whenever they'll arrive, they'll just be able to be checked in.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's great.
Welcome.
Thanks so much. Okay. I think we are ready now to head into our mentor groups. So give me just a second. So there
Lauren,
was, yes.
Lauren, it's Margaret. So
Mhm.
there were approximately 30 new people who came in since the original list was created.
Mhm.
So Mara now has a list with everybody assigned to groups. So some of them may have changed a little bit,
Okay.
but it's got 30 new people. So I think we need to go with that newer list.
Okay. All right. So, folks, if you previously were on an email list with a mentor group and you're now seeing you're in a new mentor group, we would like you to go with your new mentor group. Just an opportunity to meet new people. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up breakout rooms and you will join the breakout room of the group number that you are in. So for instance, if you're group number 1, your mentors are Elsie, Habibi, and Mihili, you will join breakout room number 1. So I'm going to open that all up and you will be able to go and connect with your mentors and co-participants. But
Is
before
that new list? Is that new list
I'm gonna,
available?
yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. So if you don't remember
Excellent.
what group you're in, you can take a look. And so this is going to be the end of this session. So when you finish the mentor group, you can head out for the day and then we'll see you in person on the 16th. If you have any questions for Margaret or I, while you're in your mentor group, you can just leave that breakout room, come back to this main room. We'll be here. We can answer whatever questions you may have, and then we can send you back into your breakout room. So with that being said, I'm going to open the breakout rooms and share my screen again.
One
Yeah.
more question. If our participants who are anxiously awaiting meeting, if they have questions between now and prepare, who do they email?
They should
How do they
email prepare@cornell.edu. any
Great.
questions. So I'm gonna let participants choose the room. Okay. Have fun.